everyone, it's Kelly from 20 Dishes. I hope everyone had an amazing Thanksgiving. I definitely ate my fill of stuffing. I hope you ate a ton of whatever is your favorite Thanksgiving dish. And so today I'm going to share a recipe on how to make homemade eggnog. I love eggnog. I didn't actually have it until I left my house, my parents' house that is. And if you look at eggnog in the grocery store, a lot of times it has corn syrup in it. Sometimes it has stuff like carrageen, just a lot of just random ingredients in there that really aren't necessary. So one thing I want to ask is, do you like eggnog? Hopefully you like eggnog if you're watching this video, or do you love eggnog? So first I'm going to do is, and the recipe, I will put this in the above, below, wherever. I'll put it on here, so if you want to make this later, you can totally make this. So what I'm going to first do, I'm going to start my pan, warm it up, and I'm going to use my blender. And I'm going to start with, I actually use, a lot of recipes will call for half heavy cream and half whole milk. I just get half and half. And one thing you should always do when you're looking at getting like a half and half is you should look at the ingredients on it. It is so freaking hard to find half and half or heavy cream that doesn't have some weird chemical in it, or carrageen, or guar gum, or they just add so many strange things to half and half. I know that Organic Valley has a good brand. I'll pick that up when I'm at the store. And so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start with 2 cups, half and half. And if you're watching this, I'd love to know where you're from. Let's see where everybody's watching this from. So 2 cups of half and half, and then I'm going to use 2 egg yolks. I do cook my eggnog, so if you're worried about eating raw eggs, I do cook it, which is why I have my pan that's getting a little bit too hot. I don't want it to boil when I put it in there. 2 egg yolks. You can totally do this raw if you have access to raw milk, or to really deliciously freshly pastured chicken eggs. You can basically just whip this all up, and then you don't have to cook it. You can just blend it and put it in the fridge. But I kind of like it cooked. So it makes it creamier when you cook it. And so this is a 1/4 cup of B-grade maple syrup. Let me close this. I forgot that I was going to put vanilla in it, so let me grab my vanilla extracts. I don't ever measure vanilla. I just use the cap to measure. Unless, of course, I'm creating a recipe, then I'll measure. But normally I don't. So, cap full of vanilla. I like to put a little bit of sea salt in it. So I'm going to grab some sea salt. Just a pinch of sea salt. And then I will use a ton of cinnamon. So some cinnamon. And then some fresh nutmeg. So some nutmeg. Fresh nutmeg is better. I don't have it, so use what you got. It's going to get loud for a second. I'm plug in my blender, and I'm just going to blend this. Then we're going to come over here to my saucepan. And really, you're just going to cook this. Do not want this to come to a boil. You're not trying to boil this. You're really just trying to warm it. So I have it right now on medium-low. It's already whipped. I do like to use my whisk, because you know whenever you're cooking dairy, it will form that skin. Let me push this down. And so really, like, you just want this to get a little bit warm. How's everybody doing this morning? Again, love to see where everybody's at. And then for adults, You can add some rum to it. Obviously don't do it when it's cooking. Well, it's not gonna boil. So you don't have to worry about cooking off the alcohol. But if you want to kick up your eggnog a little bit, you can add a little bit of rum to it. And so I'm really gonna cook this until it's warm. It's cold. So you're really just gonna, I know, I'm the cook, right? You're like, what does the cook do? The cook sticks her finger in the eggnog. So I'll wash my finger. So most people only make eggnog around the holidays. So if that is you, you can sing a Christmas carol like jingle bells, jingle all the way. Or something like that while you're making some fresh eggnog. And it's starting to get warm, and it's probably only been a minute. So again, I have it right now on medium. I turned it up a little bit because I know that I just like it to cook. I would say you don't want it to boil. You probably cook it until it warms up and starts to thicken slightly. Do not let this come to a boil. I'm telling you that again. I don't want you guys to have pudding. And when it's done, and this helps again with if you're concerned about raw egg. Just cook your eggnog, and it's gonna make it really thick and creamy. I prefer to have eggnog almost like steamed milk. To me, it's like sweetened steamed milk with some egg. But you can obviously put it in the fridge. That's how it's traditionally eaten. And I want you guys to see the recipe. Like whenever I make recipes, I usually just go, okay, it's warm, it's done. So I think you probably want it to come again. This is very scientific. Stick your finger in the eggnog. It's almost done. I'm going to give it another minute. And just to make sure, is this video still going? I hope it is, because there's a note on my screen that says that something has stopped. I'm assuming it's still live. You gotta love Facebook. You gotta love technology. If you haven't, I want to let you know we just shared an hour. Actually, it wasn't even an hour. Orletha just prepared 7 meals in an hour yesterday. And if you, hi Cheryl, from Texarkana, Texas. I lived in Dallas. My father was in the military. Oh, there we go. It's starting to get kind of hot. This is perfect. So you want it, I don't have a temperature gauge. You want it to where you can stick your finger in and it's hot, but you're not burning yourself, because again, you don't want this to cook. Don't want this to boil. And once it's like that, I'm not worried about the egg yolks anymore. And what you'll want to do is just put this in a, I just put it in like a glass jar and cover it with a lid. Let it cool down and drink it, or like I'm going to do, I'm actually going to have a sip of this right now. And you can see, let's see if you can see it. I don't know, I might have to move the camera. You can see, it's just creamy, delicious eggnog. Top it with some fresh. Oh my God, that's so good. If it wasn't so early in the morning, I know it's 7 o'clock somewhere, I would put rum in this. But this is absolutely delicious. So simple to make. I think it was 5 ingredients to make homemade eggnog that, oh my God, this is so, guys, if you want to put this in your coffee, you should totally put this in your coffee, especially when it's warm. But 5 ingredients or less to make homemade eggnog that doesn't have any of those weird ingredients that you can't pronounce or spell. So, hi, Renee, Hessville, Indiana. I love eggnog. And you know what? I'm making this video because Orletha doesn't like eggnog. I think she needs to try it warm. Because it is crazy good when it's warm. And so I hope that you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial. And again, I'll put the recipe in the comments so that you can make it. And I hope that you enjoy it. And I hope that Cheryl and Renee, you have a blessed day. So I'll talk to you guys later.